Hi, my name is Antonis and I'm the iconographer of this video. Today you will see me painting the mouth and the eyes of Christ Pantocrator, this amazing and renowned icon from the monastery of Saint Catherine of Sina, Christ Pantocrator. And I want to share with you some thoughts and some tips on the process of painting these final steps on the icon of Christ. It's a really amazing icon and reveals the beauty, the depth that iconography can go, and the painterly aspect of iconography. Now, if you want, you can find the full tutorial on my Patreon page. There you can see how I've painted the background, clothes, and the face of Christ in detail. It's a thorough tutorial on painting Christ Pantocrator. Now, this icon is very famous because of the asymmetry of the eyes mostly, and its naturalistic depiction of the face of Christ. Of course, the original painted in the 6th or 7th century is painted with a technique called encaustic. It's a technique where the artist uses beeswax to mix the dry pigments and thus create a texture, a beautiful thick texture on the face that with colors that are very vibrant, very vivid, and it's a very delicate, beautiful technique. So I use, of course, EGGTEMPERA to paint this study of Christ Pantocrator. I really wanted to recreate this texture, this painterly aspect of the face of Christ. The face here reveals, as theology says, the dual nature of Christ, the divine and the human nature of Christ. On the left side we see the face of Christ, the eye of Christ being more how can I say, more mellow, more human-like. It reveals the human nature of Christ, whereas the right side of the face of Christ reveals his divine nature. So here I was experimenting a little bit with the colors, trying to add this naturalism in painting this icon, and I was really amazed by the gaze of Christ, the power of his gaze, looking me back with this asymmetrical, let's say, eyes. Now, as I was painting the eyes of Christ, the gaze was so strong that it brought back memories from my childhood, where some spiritual memories, and it was very, very strange and a strong experience with me. And I definitely would say that painting this study was a real experience. So I suggest, I urge you to try this study. It can teach you so much about color, about the use of the brushes, the colors. It can enrich so much your experience. So try this exercise and see what you can learn out of this. This icon painted, found in the monastery of Sina in Egypt, was probably sent there by from Constantinople, and although it was painted much later, it really has some resemblance to the mummy portraits of Fayum. They share similar properties, the naturalism, the power of the gaze, and the way also their technique. They're both painted with the encaustic technique, so they share elements, and it really tells us a lot about about painting, the level of painting before the Byzantine, let's say, tradition had already begun, how painting was important for these artists, the beauty, the depth, the use of colors, the rich use of colors, and by painting this, by studying this phase, we can learn so many things.
Hi, I'm Antonis, and I'm proud to present you my online course in iconography, Paint an Icon with Me. This course will help you become a better iconographer, and it will help you be more confident when talking and presenting your artwork. It will make you understand in depth the studio practices of a professional iconographer like me, and you will get accustomed to what great iconography looks like. So learn in a simple and organized way everything you need about the materials, mediums, and techniques in order to make a beautiful icon. Paint with me the icon of Christ and learn how to paint better any icon you wish. I will see you at the studio.
For me, this icon is also an actual evidence that iconography is not just a process, a dry process of steps, but a dynamic process where the artist has to understand the principles of light, has to understand basic principles of painting in order to achieve this level of beauty, this level of mastery, power on their paintings. So, as I often say, a great iconographer really has to know how to paint, to really has to understand the naturalistic world, how the principles of light, the principles of naturalistic drawing, and being able to apply those on their icons. So really experiment a little with painting this icon. Really, it taught me so much. It's the first time I painted this face, and I was so much overwhelmed by the richness of the color that I had to create, by all the unexpected elements that I found while I was painting this icon. It really, there's a reason why it's one of the most famous icons in the Christian world, one of the first depictions of Christ, and it really was an amazing experience for me. Now, as I'm painting these eyes, I just can't believe the level of asymmetry on them. The pupils are completely different. The pupil on the left side is attached to the upper eyelid, whereas the pupil on the right eye is just in the center of the iris. This is so unexpected, so amazing. Also, the color of the iris is also unexpected. The contrast between these colors in the iris and the white part of the eye is totally unexpected, and definitely opens new horizons for me as an iconographer and as a painter. So I want to thank you so much for being here, for checking this video. If you try this study yourselves, I would definitely like to know how this experience was for you. And I want to thank also all my supporters here for your beautiful, amazing comments, for subscribing to this channel, and also to thank my Patreon supporters for without their help I wouldn't proceed with the production of these videos. So again, thank you so much for helping the production and me personally. So stay healthy, be in the studio, gain experience from studying this icon, and I will see you soon with another video. Bye.